previously on.
What up, my outdoors family? It's your girl Brittany checking back in. Update on what we got going on. So you know, last time we were out here and we did our basin, our catch basin for the water for under the concrete. So with that, we got concrete, y'all. I'm about to whip it around so y'all can see. I got a very interesting story to tell y'all. So this is the walkway, and it actually feels pretty high, but it looks good. I'm gonna walk down here and I'm gonna turn the other way so y'all can see. Look at that thing. Got a whole basketball court going on out here. Look at that. I'm glad we did go all the way out like this. Now, when we get down there to the end, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Now, before we head off to the other end, so I can tell y'all my story, I must say, this water catch basin that me and my husband put in, I must say, we did an excellent job. It lines up perfectly. It was not in the way of them putting their concrete in. And then let me see if I can flip this around so y'all can see what your girl talking about. So that is the basin right there. And the pipe runs all the way up under here. And it shoots out here. We did a pretty good job. I think what we're going to end up doing is maybe doing some rock down there so it doesn't wash that part out. The theory is that the rocks will help slow down any type of wash right there. So we'll do that once they get done. So we do got some more stuff. They are going to take that off because that wood has gotten exposed to all the elements. They're going to take that off and then they're going to replace it with another piece of wood. And then there's going to be a metal top that goes up there now on. And when they'll do it, who knows? But let me take y'all down here. Come on. Now I'm about to take y'all to the other end of this concrete. Y'all gonna be like, girl, but it is what it is. See if I can flip this camera. Y'all see that? I've learned to no longer get upset. They are working on it. This is going to be the sidewalk that leads to the back porch because there's going to be a screen door right there. So I know y'all wondering, what is going on, girl? We're going to drop some footage of them coming and doing the concrete. But to make a long story short, or a short story long, concrete came, and my husband notices things more than I do. He said one of the concrete trucks were bigger than the other, or either they miscalculated the concrete. So they ran out once they got down there, and another truck didn't show. So we did like a walkthrough the next day, and I was like, hey, what's going on with the concrete? And it's like, well, we couldn't get another truck to deliver that small amount of concrete. It was like the end of the day. It was like already 3-4 o'clock. And so they couldn't get another truck to come that wasn't a full load. So that's what we have right now. They end up having to break up that part that they poured down there. But that's completely fine because they're going to pour over that is my assumption. But it doesn't compromise the other part because they broke that up before it got to that. So let me go back and show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay, so you see the difference? And this is like the slab, and then that part was poured, they had to come back and break that up because so that it doesn't compromise the rest once they actually come back and pour the rest. So this is fine. I know I was looking at the camera like, do I need to run to the store and get some Quick Creek so y'all can finish? I'm learning to be very patient in this journey because my constant nagging hasn't gotten me anywhere. As long as it's done right, it's all that I really care about at this point. Definitely would love to be in there now, but it is a journey. Like I said, we did do a walkthrough. It was just me. My husband's like, I'm overdoing a walkthrough, and I kind of agreed with him because we're not done on the inside, but we had a walkthrough, and I think it was pretty productive. Some stuff that we've noticed, they've also noticed, so that actually makes me feel a little better. Just wish the process was better. I'll show you, there's some blue tape in here that they actually, the super himself actually did. So, up here, up around there, and then our fireplace, y'all see it's still not, it's still not right, the right color. But yeah, still not the right color. Oh, I almost forgot. As you see, we don't have any wires hanging out now anymore. We actually got our internet already hooked up down here. And they actually, when they came and ran our internet, they actually recommended somebody. And funny thing is, our families know each other. It's a small world. So when we got him, he came and took a look. Next day, he came and, put them bad boys in. So when he comes back, once we finish and close, he's gonna hang our TVs. We may get some other audio visual stuff done, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But really, we just did a lot of blue tape. We talked about our vent hood. We had been telling them, was like, hey, I don't think it's working or it's not hooked up because we have flipped the breaker, and it was like, maybe the breaker's not flipped. It's flipped. It's just not working. So they came out and it was like, So when we came back the next day, the actual, I guess, the vent part, they took that out. I think that part is probably not working because it's currently sitting on the counter. So I guess they'll get with the electrician to figure that out. Hopefully soon. We had a walkthrough this week. What else did I talk about in that walkthrough? We were questioning the hose bibs because they stick so far out. And we were like, what's going on? And as soon as I told him, I said, and those hose bibs, and he was like, yeah, they're sticking too far out. So he said it's a simple fix. They're just gonna unscrew those and screw some shorter ones on there. And just doing that walkthrough, it showed me how much stuff or how little there is to do. We always said it's really not that much. They just gotta get out here and do it. And he told me, he said this upcoming week, all the stuff that we wrote out on for our for the blue tape and the areas that we want to address this upcoming week, I was told that they're gonna work on all those things this week. And I am going out of town for a work trip. So I told him, I was like, so will I be smiling when I get back? And he just started laughing. And I'm like, hey, I ain't laughing. I need to be in here. So the plan is to do everything on the punch list next week. And then the following week, he said we should be closing. I'm gonna stop being, I ain't gonna be negative, but let's pray that this is what gets done, because we get told a lot of times of things that's gonna be done, and then it's like, and it's not done. But I've given up on stressing myself on those things. And the funny thing about that is, like, we had an event up front, and it was a lot of people, so they were coming to see the house. And y'all know how I always say it's a blessing and a curse that we hear, because we able to see things. And somebody was like, hold up, baby girl, we ain't gonna say nothing, we ain't cursing nothing. And at that moment is this realization how I always tell my son about the power of the tongue. You speak these things over your life. So you talking about curses, this probably why you ain't in here yet. So that was just a realization, like, hey, we're gonna point out the stuff that ain't right, they need to fix, but we're not gonna lead with that, oh no, this ain't gonna happen and whatnot. So I had to catch myself, because it's very human nature. When they show you something, that's your expectation. So we ain't gonna be no Debbie Downers over here. We speaking on, when I go out of town this week for work, when I come back, it's gonna be done. So do that, get that cleanup done, and then I think we'll do one more walkthrough, and then to make sure that we're satisfied with everything. And if there's anything that needs to be fixed, they'll do it then. Oh, I'm going to Denver. I need y'all to drop some recommendations as far as food or activities that I may be able to do. So let me know down in the comments, y'all.